those oh-so-mysterious deleted scenes, although they are definitely deleted for a reason. Some will blow your mind, some would have changed the course of history in the MCU, and some are really, really bad. Not my words, the words of Marvel Big Cheese, Kevin Feige. So, with all that in mind, let's have a look at 10 things you missed in Marvel's deleted scenes. He's the quickest of them all, and the most silver of them all. I think that makes sense, and he's the one whose storyline concluded about as speedily as the man himself. Not just a deleted scene, but a whole alternative ending for him in Age of Ultron was written and filmed. But director Joss Whedon seemed to have other plans and wanted to showcase the harsh realities of war. So, someone had to be the big casualty. Unlucky, Pietro. Peter Quill getting his flirt on is something that we've all come to expect. In fact, we'd be a bit disappointed if he stopped trying his luck with the ladies. But when the apple of his eye is T. Asha Ra, that's when you get problems. Die-hard fans will know that that's because of her blue-skinned Corbinite roots, and they've not made it to the MCU Guardians of the Galaxy realm at that point. Cue the scene cut. 2018's Ant-Man and the Wasp brought in the mighty Lawrence Fishburne as Bill Foster, the scorned colleague of Hank Pym. And you might have been feeling slightly scorned yourself when you realised that you never got to see Foster go giant in the Project Goliath flashback. Jon Favreau, you tease. Luckily, in an extended scene from Iron Man 2, Tony gets a look into the S.H.I.E.L.D. files and gets a gander at Project Pegasus, Project Exodus, and Project Goliath's dodgy dealings. Looking at the hugely successful Captain America Civil War, this deleted scene is part of the all-action, massively explosive airport showdown. Team Cap and Team Iron Man collide, featuring War Machine shooting at Cap, and eventually, all that fire does cause him to take a tumble and lose his iconic shield. Understandable. Thankfully, Bucky and the Falcon swoop in to save the main man and bring the shield back to his leathery grasp. I've got to get me one of those, you say? Sounds to me like there's deeper meaning, or maybe it's a callback to the Winter Soldier. You could argue that this deleted scene was for a very good reason. Don't worry, it's not as if you missed any action-packed Spidey sequences. Spider-Man Homecoming originally had an extended sequence with Aaron Davis. The dodgy criminal is still webbed to his car and waiting for that old webbing to dissolve. Might take a while. All very innocuous so far, but then Aaron makes a phone call to Miles, as in Miles Morales, to tell him he won't be able to meet him. Maybe name-dropping Miles seemed a little bit too obvious at the time of the film's release. We were heading into the Spider-Verse the very next year, after all. An Avengers Endgame deleted scene has solved a big Hulk-shaped mystery. We saw how devastated he was by the loss of Black Widow, but he seemed to have done a Houdini disappearing act when the Avengers surrounded Iron Man at his death. Very strange. And fans only spotted him at the funeral at Tony's home. In the deleted scene, Avengers take a knee. All of them in frame are taking a knee out of respect to the fallen Iron Man as Pepper holds his body. Even though Hulk is huge and green, he is actually quite hard to spot, so keep an eye out. There he is! Well, how's about this for a turn-up for the books? Thanos, as in the Thanos, the biggest and most dangerous villain the Avengers have ever faced, could technically return from the dead. It's confusing, so bear with me. It all revolves around a deleted scene involving a chinwag between the Hulk and the Ancient One about time travel and multiverses, and how the snap works, and considering we all know that the Infinity Stones still exist, well, Thanos could return since he was only willed out of existence in Endgame. No such luck for Black Widow though, she's definitely a goner.
It's
You might have thought Avengers Endgame was the ending to the character arcs of Bruce Banner and the Hulk, but this deleted scene will make you think again. The two personalities have been battling for control for years, but In a deleted scene from Infinity War, Falcon and Black Widow walk through the woods and see the clever green giant appear. He's not monosyllabic or anything. Apparently, the former two halves have worked out their issues. Nice to see he's comfortable in his green skin.
I hear it too.
A deleted scene from Doctor Strange presents an alternative ending where Wong outwits Doctor at a piece of music trivia. Here's the context. They're both in the Sanctum Sanctorum. Wong has just finished moving the Ancient One's collection of books. Wong says his back is aching, prompting Strange to say he'll prescribe him 100 milligrams of Quit Your Whining. A bit of a zinger from the Doctor there. Unfortunately, the sorcerer doesn't actually find it funny. Cringe. And then casually drops into conversation that they haven't heard from Mordo in weeks since he left. Question is, who's Mordo? Comic fans definitely know the answer to that one.
That was oddly satisfying.
One of the most talked about deleted scenes of the whole lot is the original plan for Avengers Age of Ultron's ending. In this version of events, the take still opens with Captain America and Black Widow entering a hangar at Avengers HQ to see their new team. Falcon and War Machine's introductions remain the same, but that is where the similarities end. Scarlet Witch and Vision now have a joint entrance instead of solo ones, allowing for Captain Marvel to be the final reveal. Her cameo would mark the last addition to the new Avengers, but apparently Kevin Feige wanted a big introduction with a movie of her own instead. Fair enough.
Avengers!
Well, that's all for now. Let us know which of these scenes you wish they'd kept. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more from Digital Spy.